The itching wasn't so much anymore, and then I could read tiny letters. It was quite surprising. I remember getting to buy butter and I could read those tiny letters
on the butter label, and I was surprised.
Hi people, it's your girl Njideka. I'm on my way to work. I will give you a video update when I get back today. Hope you're having a great day. Bye and see you later. Just take your seats, relax. Let's talk about the benefits I've seen on the carnivore diet. I'm Njideka. I have been on this carnivore diet since last week of June, entering July. I've been on this diet for 2 months. Now let me just talk about the benefits I've seen so far. The number one benefit is my sinuses is almost clear. I have sinusitis. I come from a family with a history of asthma. I have cousins who have asthma. I have a grandma who has asthma, a grand aunt who, from what I got to know later, died from asthma attack. With all this, growing up, at a point they thought I had asthma, but I just had sinusitis. I was mostly placed on antibiotics, and that was it growing up. As a young adult, I had to stop taking the antibiotics. They were not good for me, and apart from that, they were no longer working. Even with those antibiotics, the sinusitis was still there. And I remember being rushed to emergency once from taking those antibiotics. On starting this diet, one of the first things I noticed was my nostrils getting clear. I just found out that my nostrils were clear. They were just open. If you look at my face, you see from my face that I'm a mouth breather. So it was quite surprising when I noticed my nostrils were clear. I could breathe clearly from my nose. That was amazing, and I loved that. Talking about having sinusitis, I also had itchy ears. So my fingers in my ears because of the itchiness, and I noticed that the itching has reduced considerably. So it no longer itches as it used to do. Even my face, it no longer itches so much, and that was good for me. The second benefit I noticed was improvement in my eyesight. My family also has a history of glaucoma. My grandma, before she died, had glaucoma, and she almost went blind before she died. My father has been on glaucoma medications for over 20 years. I was told I had the onset of glaucoma around 10 years ago, and it's gotten worse. Not just that, some couple of years back, I found out I couldn't read tiny letters. I just couldn't see them again. I had to put things away for me to be able to read it, and not just put them away. At a point, I couldn't read them anymore. I couldn't read tiny. The alphabet had to be big for me to read them. And reading on the phone also became an issue. If I read for like an hour, it becomes blurry. I start having headaches, teary eyes, and then my eyes were always itchy. You can see black circles around my eyes, both of them. I always had itchy eyes, even from when I was small. I noticed it got better. The itching wasn't so much anymore, and then I could read tiny letters. It was quite surprising. I remember getting to buy butter and I could read those tiny letters on the butter label, and I was surprised. That was another great one for me. The number 3 benefit is my skin and my hair got better. I'm one of those people that do not have good skin, but I noticed with this I have a clearer skin. It's getting better day by day. Another thing I noticed was the hair. I'm also one of those people who do not have hair. Genetically, I do not have hair. My hair growth is quite slow, very, very slow. And even when it grows, it's sparse. You can see some on my hairline. And I noticed with this, it got better. It grows a bit faster and it's filling in. Just a bit. But that's quite an improvement. I noticed on my head, the dandruff I used to have just cleared. When I went to hair salon to plait my hair, I was surprised when I asked the hairstylist if my dandruff was still very bad, and she was like, "There's no dandruff." That was really surprising, and I was just so happy to hear that. I've always had dandruff. Sometimes it gets worse, sometimes it gets better. I was surprised to hear that there was no dandruff. And I said, no dandruff. And she said, none at all. Or, people talk about mental clarity. I think apart from the I had mental clarity, but apart from the mental clarity, I think there was a boost of confidence. You know, from getting that, you're getting better, you're looking better, my confidence improved. That was really a good one. I'm more confident. I'm like, I need to get out there. I'm looking great. I'm feeling great. I'm happy. And that's it. 5. And this was the major reason I started the carnivore diet. My mommy pouch. My mommy pouch is much better. I will try to put a photo of my mommy pouch here or here. It's much better than it used to be. That was quite surprising. Mommy pouch that refused to go down is basically getting down. It's still wrinkled and still not where I want it, but it's so much better and I'm glad. Don't say I'm so vain, but it is what it is. So let's talk about the cons of being on this diet, the negatives I've seen on this diet. The number one negative I've seen on this diet is losing too much weight. As Africans, we prefer our women a bit thick. If you're from Africa, you understand where I'm coming from. We like our mothers and our wife being a bit fleshy. And when I started losing weight, some were questioning, why are you losing weight? I didn't think I was going to lose this much weight, but I just wanted my mommy pouch to go. I've lost flesh more than I expected, but it's still a good thing because most of the flesh I lost in good places. And when my mommy pouch gets to where I want it, I'll see if I can still add a bit of flesh. The second negative I experienced was low libido. So that was a huge one for me, and my hubby didn't find it funny, but it was a thing. And when I started researching about that, I found out it was a thing on the diet. But I started looking for solutions, and I found out that increasing my fat intake will rectify that. I increased my fat intake just recently, and it's getting better. So if you have that on this diet, please increase your fat intake and thank me later. The third negative I experienced on this diet so far is it's a bit expensive. In Nigeria, getting meat and animal products is quite expensive. It's not all that expensive. It's more expensive in the beginning, but looking at the benefits, I don't think it's all that expensive. When I started the diet, I included milk, yogurt, butter, cheese, meat, egg, etc. But with time, I've narrowed it down to fatty meat, fats, and then a bit of butter. It's not as expensive as it was in the beginning, but it's still a bit expensive. That's the thing. But considering the benefits, I would say the expense is not that bad, but that's a negative. If you have questions, you can ask me. If you have opinions, suggestions, I'll be glad to listen to them. Please like this video. Let's be friends. Share and subscribe. Thank you.